The studio expanded from 90 to 140 employees. They had obtained a license in 2011 to develop a King's Quest adventure game based on the original Sierra games, but Activision took back the rights in 2013, which subsequently used by the Odd Gentlemen to curate their 2015 episodic King's Quest game. Telltale's breakthrough success came with the licenses of the comic book series The Walking Dead and Fables in association with Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment in 2011. Allison anticipated that The Walking Dead series could be a $20 to $30 million franchise. Their Walking Dead video game presented an alteration of Telltale's approach, as rather than a traditional adventure game where players would need to solve puzzles, The Walking Dead was more focused on providing a cinematic experience, but presenting choices to the player either through dialogue trees or through quick-time events that would create determinants that would feed into latter parts of the episode and into future episodes. One example would be deciding which of one of two characters would save from a zombie attack at the spur of the moment. While these decisions do not have a direct impact on the game's overall narrative structure, it provides a more personalized story around what decisions the player had made. This format proved highly successful. The game sold 1 million copies in 20 days, exceeding 8.5 million episode purchases by 2013, and an estimated $40 million in revenue. The success led to additional 5-episode seasons plus a 3-episode mini-season to date. The Walking Dead is considered to have revitalized the wanting adventure game genre due to this more emotionally driven focus. Since The Walking Dead, nearly all of Telltale's games have used a similar approach of being built around the impacts of the player's choices and determinants in later episodes and seasons. Telltale has had several other licensing details from popular works, including Tales from the Borderlands, based on the Borderlands series by Gearbox Software, and Games of Thrones, based on the HBO television adaptation Minecraft Story Mode, based on the Mojang game Minecraft, Batman, the Telltale series from DC Comics, and Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series from Marvel Comics. On retrospective, after the studio's closure, former employees of Telltale believed that the studio's expansion into all these additional licensed properties were trying to replicate the success of The Walking Dead, moving the company from a risk-taker to seeking risk aversion strategies. This was also propagated by the weight of the licensed properties. They had taken more conservative approaches to deliver a game that mirrored The Walking Dead, a well-known product, rather than take risks and potentially lose the license. Telltale relocated a larger space and expanded from 125 to 160 in mid-2013. Around 2015, the company had grown to 200 to 250 employees. The company continued to grow at its peak, having about 400 employees in mid-2017. This was also propagated by the weight of the licensed properties. They had taken more conservative approaches to deliver a game that mirrored The Walking Dead, a well-known product, rather than take risks and potentially lose the license. Telltale relocated a larger space and expanded from 125 to 160 in mid-2013. Around 2015, the company had grown to 250 employees. The company continued to grow, at its peak having about 400 employees in mid-2017. In the midst of this growth, in 2014 to 2015, the management of Telltale recognized the need to restructure to handle more projects and more staff. This led to the original Chief Executive Officer CEO Dan Connors resigning and being replaced by co-founder Kevin Bruner, who was also the firm's president. Connors noted that with the studio's continued growth, it had begun experiencing growth-specific challenges. Connors stated that Bruner's accession to CEO would best enable Telltale Games to act on future expansion opportunities. Connors remained on the board of directors and also served as a creative consultant. Internally, there were concerns about this transition and Bruner's influence on it. An anonymous quality control QC employee writing in Gamma Surat after this firm's closure called this transition the beginning of the end for Telltale. With Bruner's placement as CEO in January 2015, Telltale said it was developing a game based on its own intellectual property as a result of this leadership change. In February 2015, Lionsgate announced an investment within Telltale Games to produce a number of super shows, a hybrid interactive work combining television and video game elements, which would be distributed through non-traditional channels such as through streaming services. The first super show planned was an original intellectual property IP developed by Telltale that would be able to take advantage of this format. Telltale also announced that Lionsgate CEO John Feltheimer and Unity Technology CEO John Ristietto joined Telltale's board of directors. Alongside this, Lionsgate had invested $40 million into Telltale. The Super Show concept never got out of pre-production due to issues that arose with the studio in 2016 and 2017, according to Variety, restructuring from 2017 to 2018. By 2016, Bruner said that the Telltale studio had established an environment to be able to work on 4 major titles simultaneously with room for various side projects. However, this approach to development had created a pre-perpetual state of church time within Telltale, according to several then current and former staff speaking to US Gamer, The Verge, and Variety in 2017. This limited amount of time that the curators and developers could spend on content in order to maintain a consistent flow of episodes to consumers, but impacted the quality of games. There was a pre-perpetual drive to release new episodes on a regular basis, whether they were good or not, so that the company had a continued source of income.